the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Cassie Heiter.
We saw some frozen ponds still today.
Yeah, we did, and we're just hours away from really getting this blast of cold air.
I know, and it's coming in right now as we speak. I mean, the wind has already hit, so the fronts have moved through, but the true cold air, that's going to be moving in overnight tonight, so it will get worse. And, you know, Jim Gardner, the wind was so much lighter earlier today, he was able to get up in the air, and Bob Mills Sky News 9, and this is like Overholser. And yeah, still a little frozen in spots. You can definitely tell that it was a cold past week. And unfortunately, it does look like this kind of weather will be coming back, but it's not going to last terribly long. Few days is probably too long in itself, but that is what is happening over the next few days. So we are expecting, we're just below freezing right now. So we're talking about all the way to 11 a.m. Sunday. So that's going to put us at 61 hours below freezing again. But eventually we will see at least some minor improvements. Right now, this is our downtown camera up of our Lucky Star Sky Chem network. It looks pretty quiet right now, but the wind, it is blowing. It's 30 degrees. We've got a north wind at 32 miles an hour, but we've got a wind gust at 41. So it only feels like just 14 degrees already, and the worst is yet to come. So upper teens in the northwest and the panhandle, but we have mid-20s to low 30s here in the metro, some mid and upper 30s, even low 40s, still holding on strong across the far south. So you can see where the Arctic front is. So just out ahead of it, we have a north wind between about 5 to 15, but the rest of us is extremely windy. That wind's coming in out of the north, anywhere between about 25 to as much as around 45 miles an hour, but we have a 53-mile-an-hour wind gust right now down there in Medicine Park, making it feel more like just 17 degrees, but it already feels like the single digits in the northwest. It feels a couple of degrees below zero in parts of the panhandle, but still holding on to the 30s across the southeast. So we are reloading the cold. It is coming back, but you can see that -1 in Bismarck. We're not going to get quite that cold. The wind chills, they will get quite that cold, though, by tomorrow morning. So it's definitely moving in, but we're not looking at negative wind chills for the entire weekend. That's just not going to be the case. But for the next 12 hours, yeah, it's going to be a little extreme because those afternoon temperatures tomorrow are not going to make it out of the 20s. So it's definitely going to be cold. And as far as future wind gusts are concerned, about midnight, we're still looking at wind gusts between about 40 to at times around 50 miles an hour in some spots, which is why a wind advisory is in place until tomorrow morning. But as we get into tomorrow afternoon, we will see some improvement. Then it's just a typical Oklahoma windy day. We've got a north wind coming in between about 30 to about 35 miles an hour, and the wind will start to relax a little bit more after that. So looking at wind chills anywhere between about 0 there in Alva, -4 in Oklahoma City, -7 in Ponca City, and about -12 over in Miami. But again, as we go throughout the Friday afternoon, we will see some improvement. 7 degrees isn't a great number, but it's a lot better than a couple of degrees below zero. Then again, Friday evening, those numbers will start to climb just a little bit more. But for tonight, officially dropping down to about 13 degrees in Oklahoma City, 10 in Ponca City, 15 and 8, about 17 tomorrow morning in Lawton. But by tomorrow afternoon, we will make it into the mid-20s. So 25 in Oklahoma City, but 23 in Ponca City, 26 in Ada, about 29 in Ardmore. Saturday, it's still going to be very cold, only the upper 20s here in Oklahoma City. Also the mid and upper 20s across the north, low to mid-30s across southern Oklahoma. And then by the time we get into Sunday, that wind's now shifting to the south. Now we're looking at 34 degrees in Oklahoma City and some 40s returning across the southwest. But our next storm is also moving in. So by Sunday evening, parts of south central Oklahoma, we are expecting at least some light rain, light freezing rain, that is. And then by the time we get into Monday morning, that's just going to continue to increase in coverage. And that will also move off to the north and east, and that will include Oklahoma City. But the good news is that time period where we do get freezing rain, overall, it does look kind of brief, but it could still cause a lot of problems on the roads. By Monday afternoon, though, we should be above freezing, and then we're just looking at a cold rain for most of us. But looking at Sunday night into Monday morning, right now the metro could see about a glaze with a higher amount just to the south and east. Still very much in our viewing area, though, so storm trackers will certainly be out during that time. So we're going to have to watch that time period very closely. But after that, we will see some improvements. So again, Monday morning, we will likely see some slick spots in and around central Oklahoma. How much rain are we expecting after that? Because we're actually going to get a couple of waves. Well, it looks like really nice rain for most of us, especially across southern Oklahoma, anywhere between about 1.5 to around 2 inches. Here in Oklahoma City, probably around an inch of rain or so by the time it's all said and done. So we will see those temperatures start to climb a little bit more by about midweek. By the end of next week, it's looking drier and a little warmer. We'll be right back.